Greetings, royal family. Thanks for clicking on the video and welcome back to the channel. So Dave Chappelle, comedian Dave Chappelle, popular comedian Dave Chappelle, is calling for a boycott of the Chappelle show. Did you guys hear about this? Interesting. Also on today's lineup, Real Housewives of Atlanta drama. You know, season 13 is scheduled to premiere December 5th, 6th, one of the two. And there's some drama with the cast. No surprise there. Of course, it's a good marketing ploy. Anyway, also Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He is extending an order banning local mask mandates. So this is just a quick Hot Topics video. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the holiday season. I know I am. Did you miss me? Did you? Prove it. Hit the like button. That is your admission fee. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. All right, so without further ado, let's get this train moving. So this is according to the New York Post. So Florida Governor Ron DeSantis extends order banning local mask mandates. This is crazy. So the measure, which extends an executive order DeSantis signed in September, prevents local governments from fining folks who fail to wear masks and from ordering restaurants to close without public health or economic data, however you pronounce it, to justify the move. Now, this is according to clickorlando.com. The order signals the Sunshine State's move into phase 3 of the pandemic, meaning restaurants, bars, and salons will be allowed to reopen at full capacity. This is what the outlet is reporting. Now, Florida's relaxed enforcement plan comes as a second wave of the Rona slams the United States, bringing the total number of people going home to glory to more than 260,000 nationally, and prompting other states to add stricter safety regulations. So basically, Governor DeSantis, again, this is according to the New York Post and clickorlando.com. Governor DeSantis said, I'm not going to make it mandatory that you have to wear masks. No. And he's also basically saying, no, I am not going to put any restrictions of any sorts on salons, restaurants. If the restaurants or salons or anything like that close down, it's going to be due to health code violations or economic troubles. So these bars and these clubs and things like that down in the Sunshine State are operating at full capacity. And they wonder why the numbers are going up. Pray for Florida, y'all. Just continue to pray for Florida. All right, let's not waste any more time. So this is according to TMZ. I know I'm probably late with this tea, but I don't break stories over here. I just report on what I find interesting. Pretty much what I want to. So Real Housewives of Atlanta stripper scandal is too much for Tanya Sams, and she allegedly bails on filming. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta is known for some steamy scenes, but apparently season 13 gets so wild one woman's walking away mid-season. Tanya Sam, who's not an official housewife but a friend of the show, has officially bailed on filming the rest of the current season. This is what production sources have told TMZ. As for why, well, TMZ says that they were told that it revolves around Cynthia Bailey's bachelorette party with what Tanya and Portia Williams did with a male stripper while cameras were rolling. You know, the problem with this is, first of all, I think that this is being used to drum up views, right? I'm pretty sure that it's probably not that bad. So they have the trailer. Of course, I can't play it. You can go to TMZ.com or you can go to Bravo's social media pages and check out the trailer. I saw it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. But I think that storylines are probably a little bit stale. And they're probably, the network is probably afraid that people are not going to be tuning in, especially with the recent departure of Nene Leakes. And I think that they have to use whatever marketing tactics they have to get people to tune in, because it seems like when they're promoting season 13, maybe it's just me, the focal point is Cynthia's bachelorette party and what allegedly went down. Now, Tanya is a friend of the show, so she has freedom to, I guess, not film all the time. So I don't know if she's gone for good. It's being reported that Tanya had other issues too, like her relationship with her fiance and his alleged cheating, taking center stage on season 12. But the stripper scandal was the last straw. Our sources say she hasn't officially quit RHOA, but she's done for the new season. Yeah, I mean, she has the freedom to walk away. This is Tanya. Looks like she's playing mass in her carnival costume. So I don't know. Season 13 premieres December 6th. Tanya, she's smart by not signing on as an official cast member. She seems a little bit reserved. She's a good time girl. So I can understand that. She doesn't like the fact that this Strippergate scandal is being pushed to promote the show, even though it's probably not as bad as they're trying to make us believe. You know how they do. You know how they have the trailers or on the next season of or next episode, they piece it together to make it look like it's so horrible. Then when you watch the episode, you're like, oh, really? That fell flat. So apparently Tanya is not here for the shenanigans and the foolishness. I'm going to be watching season 13. Are you guys going to be tuned in? I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not watching because Nene's not going to be back. And that's fine. It's your prerogative. You can do what you want to do, right? But I am going to be tuning in because I want to see what the storylines are going to be. I want to see this. I want to see this. Did you guys hear also that Cynthia Bailey is supposed to be suing Peter Thomas, who is her ex-husband, in reference to that the whole Bar One franchise? I don't know. I haven't done my homework on that. There has been a lot going on. I have been MIA. Whoo, I'm going to make sure your notifications are on, y'all, because I have another video about this whole Grammy debacle and Meg Thee Stallion's album. There's just a whole lot of. Okay, let's move on. And now for our feature presentation. This is according to CNN.com, their entertainment division. Dave Chappelle says that Netflix removed Chappelle's show from the service at his request. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but on Dave Chappelle's Instagram page, he has I think it's like a 20-minute, maybe 30-minute or so segment of him doing his stand-up comedy. And in that, he kind of talks about boycotting the Chappelle show. You should watch it in its entirety. It's definitely worth it. But let's read what CNN had to write about Chappelle's show. So Chappelle's show is no longer on Netflix, and Dave Chappelle is happy about it. The comedian on Tuesday opened up in a video posted to Instagram about the streaming services move, which he says came at his request. In his video, Chappelle acknowledges that the contract he signed with Viacom CBS allows for his show to be streamed without additional payment to him, the creator, the star, and executive producer. He takes issue with the approach. So he's aware that he signed his contract when he first did Chappelle's show and it aired on Comedy Central. So now, years later, he understands how the business works. He says that he's just not feeling the approach that Viacom CBS is taking as it pertains to streaming the Chappelle show. So Chappelle says Viacom CBS, didn't have to pay me because I signed the contract. But is that right? I found out that these people were streaming my work and they never had to ask me or they never had to tell me. Perfectly legal because I signed the contract. But is that right? I didn't think so either. That's why I like working with Netflix. Now, CNN says that they reached out to Viacom CBS for comment, and when reached by CNN, Netflix had no comment. So the Chappelle Show began streaming on Netflix on November 1st, and it was removed recently. Chappelle, he's been a part of Netflix since 2016, when Netflix announced that it had struck a deal lucrative for Dave Chappelle. It's like a 3-part special deal. And that deal has eventually expanded. So good for him. I have seen his previous stand-up comedy specials with Netflix, and it was great to see Dave Chappelle back on television in not a Chappelle Show way. Anyway, Chappelle goes on to say, I like working for Netflix because when all those bad things happened to me, that company didn't even exist. And when I found out they were streaming Chappelle's show, I was furious. That's how he said it. You know, he can be extra when he inflects his voice. How could they not know is what he says. So you know what I did? I called them and I told them that this makes me feel bad. And you know what they did? They agreed that they would take it off their platform just so I could feel better. Chappelle Show, you guys know, aired for 3 seasons on Viacom-owned Comedy Central before Chappelle famously and abruptly split. Remember, everyone said that he was crazy for walking away from all that money. And he said that he did it because he did not want to do Chappelle Show anymore. And he goes into talking about how people talked about him. They said that he was, doing drugs. He was crazy. He lost his mind. And he said the truth is he just didn't want to do it anymore. And he says, what's wrong with wanting to do something 1 minute and not wanting to do it anymore? I say nothing, if you ask me. So it's still available. Chappelle Show is still available to stream on Comedy Central with cable subscription and subscription streaming services CBS All Access and HBO Max. CNN and HBO Max share parent company Warner Media. So all of these media companies are under one big conglomerate. Anyway, so Dave Chappelle goes on to say, that's why I F with Netflix, because they paid me my money, they do what they say they're going to do, and they went above and beyond what you can expect from a businessman. They did something just because they thought that I might think that they were wrong. If you are effing streaming that show, you're fencing stolen goods. Now he's talking to Viacom CBS because they're still streaming his show on HBO Max, right? And on CBS All Access and Comedy Central and all that good stuff. So he's basically saying, even though he knows he signed the contract, you're still streaming it. You're basically fencing stolen goods. Like, that's my intellectual property. But then again, he has the understanding that he did sign the contract. I guess he kind of didn't know better. I don't know. He said they stole that from me. They just took it. I'm not up here trying to tell you guys that I believe that Comedy Central gave me a raw deal just because I'm black. I believe they gave me a raw deal because this effing industry is a monster. So Dave Chappelle then went on to say, nope, I cannot play this video. We're not trying to get in trouble over here. But he did go on to say, before he closed out his little comedy segment, and again, if you go to his Instagram page, you can watch it in full. I think it's still up there. He goes on to say that he's not asking the audience to boycott Comedy Central or HBO Max, but he says, I'm asking you to boycott me. Yes, boycott me, boycott the Chappelle Show. He said, if you care about me, if you love me, if you have any respect for any of the work that I've done, if you rock with me, don't watch Chappelle Show on any of those networks. But remember, Netflix took it off. Of course, they want to keep their the talent happy. He's bringing them money and they're paying him. So they got lucrative business ties. So I'm not mad at it. It makes sense. And I can respect that. I can respect Netflix removing it at his request. And again, it's about keeping the talent happy. And Netflix, I'm pretty sure they don't want to be tied up in any more controversy because it's kind of hot over there at Netflix in a good and not so good way. Anyway, so what Dave Chappelle asked, again, is if you see Chappelle's show on any of these other networks, he's asking you to boycott him meaning the Chappelle Show. And he basically is going to try to fight, I guess, to get his intellectual property removed, even though he is aware that he signed a contract. So he has a right to feel that way. And I think the way that he's going about doing it is genius. It's smart. This guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's a great storyteller. So again, Dave Chappelle wants you to boycott the Chappelle Show. No worries, Dave Chappelle. I have all the seasons on a DVD. Do you guys have a DVD player in your house still? And nobody watches DVDs. Everybody streams everything online, right? But I respect it. I can definitely do that. I'm going to do it because I understand where he's coming from. He also told some other stories inside of this little segment. So again, it's definitely worth checking out. So that's all I got. Ain't got no more. So ladies and gentlemen, please drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. At least like the video. If you don't want to drop down in the comments, I respect it. But pay your admission fee. Trust me. I have been out of the algorithm for a few days, so the likes definitely help. And it costs you nothing. All right, folks, I am signing off. Make sure your notifications are on if you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, consider doing so because I will be right back with another Hot Topics video. Signing off for now. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.